What's up, YouTube? I thought today I would share a little bit of the information that I have learned about Class 3 weaponry, like suppressors, short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns, and suppressors. No, I said that twice. Suppressors, Class 3 suppressors, short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns, and fully automatic weapons. I'm looking into the process to get a silencer for the AR, probably. Mainly just for fun, but I've learned a little bit about the process that I didn't understand before. So I called around to some of the shops around here, and with their info and some of the info on silencershop.com, I've learned some things. So basically there are two ways to register a suppressor. I'm going to keep saying suppressor because that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for an automatic or a short-barreled rifle. So there's two ways to do it. You can register as an individual or as a trust. There's really a third way. You can register as a corporation, but that's more difficult than a trust even. So individual is easy, so to speak. It's the simplest process and the least expensive. Trust is more complicated, but it has more advantages. So here's the basic process if you're an individual and you go buy a suppressor. You go into the shop that sells suppressors, you say, "Hey, you sir, I want to buy that suppressor." They say, "Okay, absolutely. That's going to be $650, whatever it's going to be." You pay them the $650, they give you a packet of information. This information has everything that you need to fill out. It's got all your name and information and stuff like that. And they give you a fingerprint card that you then have to take to the sheriff's office, somewhere like that. They will do your fingerprints, and then you will include a $200 tax stamp to the government in that envelope that's all ready to go. The shop will give you that stuff already. I mean, at least a good one will. Include that in the envelope, send it in, and then you wait 10 months to 12 months. That part sucks. But after the 10 to 12 months, that Class 3 permit comes into the gun shop. The gun shop gives you a call, says, "Hey, your Class 3 permit is in. Come pick up your permit and your suppressor." So then as long as you carry that license around with the suppressor, you're good to go. So that would be the process as an individual. Something happened in July of 2016 to make that process easier, which is good. But so let's talk about the other option, which is a trust. A trust is similar, except you set up a trust. It's just some government BS that is the owner of the suppressor. Now, the advantage here is all of the trustees of the trust are legally allowed ownership of the suppressor individually on their own. If you buy the suppressor as an individual, you have to be with that suppressor at all times. You can't give it to your buddy to go hunting or go target shooting. You have to accompany the suppressor while he uses it. If you set up a trust and you set it up with your friends or your family, whoever is going to be using it, those people, the trustees of the trust, can then take that suppressor to use by themselves. They don't need you. You are just another trustee of the trust. You're not necessary to be there with it. That is a huge advantage for if two friends are going in together on a suppressor, or multiple friends, or you want your family to be able to go shoot it as well without you. Big plus. The negative part is the initial actions that have to be taken. Cost a little more to set it up. One of the shops I called said it would be $100 extra to set up the trust. That's really pretty reasonable. But also you would have to also then take it's like a Form 23, and you have to get fingerprints, and you have to get a photo ID for each trustee that's going to be on the trust. All that. So if it's your mom and your sister and your wife or whatever, you would need those three things for each individual person. So it's a little more money and a little more time to set up initially, but the positives are pretty big. I was thinking about doing it to where Austin could take the suppressor and use it if he wanted, but you have to be 21 years old to be in possession. Even if you're on the trustee board, you have to be 21 years old to carry the suppressor with you. So that knocks him out for a few years. But so all that being said, the corporation, the other way that you can legally get the suppressor, it's similar to what you have to go through as a trustee, but it's a little more complicated because it's a corporation, and you have to keep the corporation in good standing. It's easier if you already have a corporation established. Then that part's easy. But for normal people, that just breaks down into either an individual category or the trust category. I always thought that the trust was a way to protect yourself from liability, but now I realize it has other benefits, like being able to go to different members of the trust. Also, if you have a suppressor as an individual and you pass away, then in order for that suppressor to go to your children or your wife, you have to pay another $200 tax stamp and transfer ownership of that suppressor through the normal channels. If it's part of the trust, it's already done. There's nothing you need to do. That would only be annoying if you passed away, but I guess if you passed away, that would probably be the least, the suppressor would be the least of your family's worries. But maybe something to consider for people worrying about what to do when they pass away. So anyway, I hope this information helped you. It was kind of stuff that I had not really thought about, and now as I'm saving up for the suppressor, it's stuff that I'm keeping in the back of my head while I figure out what I'm going to do. I'm not exactly sure yet, but we shall see. And then as soon as I get the suppressor, in whatever capacity that may be, there will be videos coming at you. So if you have any other questions or any information or anything I got incorrect, please comment and let me know, and I appreciate it. Maybe you have some advice or somewhere I can go, or something to make this whole process easier. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you soon.